guys, welcome to Fantasy Nutz. My name is Luke Evans. This is Thanksgiving Day Start Sits. I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys win your games this week and solidify your playoff spots. If you guys like the content, you know what to do. Smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit the comments below. If you got any questions, you hit me up on my Twitter at @fantasy_nuts. Let's get into the games. First game we're going to talk about, Chicago Bears versus Detroit Lions. I'm going to say Chicago Bears win this one. Lions obviously are 0-9 for a reason. They do have one tie, but I just don't see the Detroit Lions pulling this out. Maybe there's some Thanksgiving miracle that happens, but just don't see it happening. Who we starting in this game? We're going to go with David Montgomery, obviously. Just a stud running back. He's going to be an every week starter regardless, really. Daryl Mooney, stud. Daryl Mooney has been pretty good lately. I think depending on who they have behind the center there, which I don't think is going to be Justin Fields, I think Daryl Mooney benefits from not having Justin Fields. I think Kmet could have a good game today. I think it's actually a pretty good possibility. He has been getting a lot of targets last 4 out of 5 weeks. Last week was just kind of a low week for him, but previous to that, 4 weeks to that, I think he was averaging more than 4 to 5 targets a game. So, yeah, he's a good play, I think, this week. DeAndre Swift's a good play every week, obviously. He's just an awesome running back. T.J Hockenson you're going to have in there as one of the higher-end tight ends. Who we sitting? We're sitting Boyle here. I just don't think you can trust this really crappy quarterback, in my opinion. I heard some stats about him in college that he only threw 1 touchdown in college his entire college career. What he's doing in the NFL is perplexing, but I just don't. I don't see that happening. You're going to sit him on Ross St. Brown. I don't think that's a good start. And if Allen Robinson plays, which doesn't look like he's you're going to sit him. And Khalil Herbert is just not getting the work since David Montgomery's been back, so you're going to sit Khalil Herbert. In fact, Khalil Herbert's probably droppable now. So, all right, next game we're talking about here is Buffalo Bills versus Saints. I'm going to go with the Bills, even though they've looked really bad the last few weeks. Saints could definitely pull this upset out the way they've been playing, but I just don't think that level of play continues. I think that Josh Allen has a great game, and I think the Buffalo Bills pull this out. Who we starting? We're going to go with Josh Allen, obviously. I think he has a great game. He's got great legs, great arm. He just got to get in rhythm again. I believe he will. Stephon Diggs, he's an every week starter. Guy's a stud wide receiver. You're not sitting him. I think you can play Dawson Knox this week. I think it's a good, decent play. Saints have a decent defense, but I think Knox is an okay play, especially being that there's some teams on bye that you may need to replace a tight end. We got Emmanuel Sanders up next here. Emmanuel Sanders is, I think, a good play this week. I think Josh Allen has a big day, like I said, and I think he's going to spread the ball around and have a few touchdowns. Maybe even a few go to Emmanuel Sanders, one go to Diggs. Maybe split them up between Knox and Sanders. You never know what's going to happen, but I think these are great plays this week. Mark Ingram's the only guy from the Saints that we're playing this week. Mark Ingram is he's been pretty decent in that backfield and is about the only person I'd trust right now. Who we sitting? I'm sitting Zach Moss. He's just unreliable. They've been Matt Breida and Singletary. It's a 3-headed backfield there. I don't trust it. I don't like it. You're not playing it. Cole Beasley. I don't believe in Cole Beasley. He has some big games. This could be a big game for him, but I don't like Cole Beasley, and I don't think he's going to have a big day. You're sitting Devin Singletary. You're sitting Trevor Siemian, Traquan Smith, and Marquez Callaway. So these just aren't great plays. They're not consistent. I just wouldn't suggest it. All right, last game we're going to talk about here is Raiders versus Cowboys. I believe the Cowboys pull this out, bounce back from the loss last week, and make this happen. This is going to be a good game. I think you want a lot of this game. I think this is going to be a pretty high-scoring game. But let's talk about who we're going to start and who we're going to sit. All right, let's talk about who we start in this game. Hunter Renfrow, I have here number 1. Listen, I think he's a great volume play. He's going to get a lot of targets. I think he gets like 8 to 10 targets in this game, maybe more. Hopefully that many receptions, and I think that's going to take care of his game. He may get in the end zone, but even if he doesn't get in the end zone, I believe his volume gives him a nice fantasy day. Josh Jacobs I have next here. I believe in this guy as a running back. He's a really good running back. I think you can go out and play this guy with confidence. Darren Waller, you're playing every week. He's just a stud tight end. Dak Prescott, I told you I think he's going to have a big game, especially if CeeDee Lamb plays, which it looks like he's going to. Great. I hope he does. I have him on one of my teams, and I need him this week with Tyreek Hill out. So, CeeDee Lamb, great play, obviously, every week as long as he's playing. You're going to plug him in. Michael Gallup, I think he has a big game because Amari Cooper is going to be out. I think Michael Gallup's going to be that number 2 to CeeDee Lamb this week, and he's going to have a pretty decent game himself. You can always rely on Dalton Schultz, it seems like, being Dak Prescott's little dump-off safety blanket. So I think Dalton Schultz is always a good play every week, especially at the tight end position. Elliott's last on the list here. Always a good play. You're plugging him in every week. He should bounce back and have a decent week this week. Who we sitting? All right, this week we're sitting Derek Carr. I do not think Derek Carr is actually going to have a good game. I think this Dallas D is legit in a sense. I think Trayvon Diggs has a few interceptions, maybe more than one. So Derek Carr is, I don't like him this week. I would be sitting him if I could play a different quarterback. All right, Bryan Edwards is next. I just don't think Bryan Edwards is going to get the volume. I think he's going to be covered by Trayvon Diggs. So I just don't think Edwards is a great play. Kenyon Drake, I don't like him at all. He burns me every week. He's just too inconsistent. His floor is way too low. He can give you a decent week here and there, so if you need him, you might plug him in, but I just don't suggest it if you can find somebody better. And the last guy we're sitting here is Ced Wilson. Some people said pick him up off the waiver wire this week. I don't think this is a good play to play this. Do not play Ced Wilson if you picked him up. I don't believe that's going to lead to a good fantasy game. So I'd be steering clear of him. All right, guys. This is it. I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and hope you guys win your week this week and again solidify those playoff wins and playoff spots. And if you guys like the content, you know what to do. You can go ahead and smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit the comments below. You know where to hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions. All right, guys, my name is Luke Evans. Y'all stay fantasy nuts. I'm out.